Hello there, I am back once more with another video. Well, after nearly being away for a whole year, I was thinking if I could make a simple video of myself coming back to save the world, I might as well do so. Pretty much in a different approach for my channel. I really did miss you guys a lot, and I miss making videos too. So, just a small information that you need to know from now on. There will be other things I am going to cover in my channel. That doesn't mean I'm going to stop making Save the World videos. I'm still going to continue making them for anyone that still enjoys the game mode to this day. Just kind of like toned down. Well, let's say no more daily reset videos. You already have someone doing that in another dimension. And no more rushing like whenever there's like a big update that adds a new weapon or a hero, new quest line and all that stuff. I'm not gonna force myself to wake up at 4 a.m. and record a video right away. I will just be uploading them like no schedule and such, just straight up uploads. Speaking about updates, I heard about a couple of them. I might have missed some while I was on hiatus, so feel free to fill me in with as much information in the comments. But now I want to talk about the updates. So there is this mission they added about fighting a boss, and it actually have very few mechanics, which is basically just a ramped up smasher. I remember trying that out like about 10 months ago, I believe. It wasn't a very hard fight, maybe because I'm over leveled and stuff like that, but that one was an interesting thing to add for the quest rewards, which included the flame bow and another ninja hero that I pretty much think it might either not be great or could be a power creep for melee builds. I'll probably just keep it short and say the flame bow isn't that super strong. It can hit hard, yes, and be able to like utilize if you have like a loadout for boosting sniper weapons and stuff, like a Zenith build or straight up Rabbit Raider Jonesy to deal massive critical damage. As for Snowstrike, I think with her you just grab a ninja melee loadout and find a melee weapon with a ranged heavy attack after using the throwing stars ability. Simply a good crowd control hero. Another one I know is that there are other two constructor heroes that I'm most likely missed out, because around that time I was on the other side of the world enjoying life. It's the butterfly lady and the electro dude. They do seem to be a bit underwhelming because first, the lady perk requires you to kill husks with the plasma pulse ability. My bad, forgot. Just to upkeep like the 8 orbs around you to deal not so much damage, even after the damage buff that I remember reading the patch notes on Reddit. It could be great for newer players, but for sure it doesn't do too well in like 160s and the end game of things, unless you just place it on like on top of a smasher, on the smasher's face or something. That's just what I'm reading from the paper right now. I haven't really tried her, nor do I have her to at least test it out. You can invalidate my take on that if you want, since I haven't been around that much to know, or at least explain it further for me. I kind of feel the same way for Hotwire, because the hammer ability has a very long cooldown. You don't always have it up all the time, even with the team perk that reduces your abilities cooldown. I don't remember the team perk name, but you pretty much know what it is. It wouldn't really have a great damage per second, and comparing that with that minigun build won't feel fair. So yeah, not gonna get into its built-in vacuum tube perk. It might just be as good to run the 2 heroes in early or mid game. That's about it. And as for the last two, which is like the new rocket launcher and another ninja hero, I do not have the ancient launcher. I definitely missed that out, and seems like I'll have to wait many months or another year just to use my voucher on this cool thing. So I have no clue what perks does it come up with, so yeah, I can't make a video without it. For the new ninja hero, Aerobic Assassin, I actually got her because she was still in the shop as of recording this. After looking at her perk, I was like, did they finally buff the Crescent Kick? And then noticed it is pretty much a damage boost against husks with the dancing status effect. I would honestly say she is better off as a support perk for someone that enjoys using weapons like the Desu Blaster or the Ear Splitter. Pretty much the weapon set that could apply dancing status effect on husks and deal tons of damage with the high damage build, the TRO loadout or something. That's all I have looked out on. For the last one, I believe the big update is somewhat recent, but it did quite make some sort of an uproar that I was able to hear it miles away and check it out whenever I get some free time. So I heard that so-called trading got hit really hard. Like, it got nuked big time unless it has its own modifier that allows item shares, which will most likely be in dungeons and Fortnite, for example. Those don't carry out the resources because they're like a separate mode than the campaign and Storm Shield, and it seems like a lot of people have mixed opinions on this one. I probably do have one on that too, so I can see some of the issues in both parties. I didn't even trade stuff at all. Well, this year so far I did none. I can actually tell what they were trying to do after reading the Reddit post. I believe their goal was to pretty much stop duping stuff, and they found the easiest way to quote unquote fix the exploits, but in my honest opinion, it dealt collateral damage to the team play that they're trying to talk about rather than encouraging it. Well, for the most part. What I meant about finding an easy way to overhaul trading is basically them applying the same system as Ventures with some tweaks in it. You can't see other people dropping their stuff anymore, even in your own Storm Shield base. It does stop people from doing the scam content and things that are amusingly cringe as hell. I wonder how those type of Stonewood people feel about the update. That would be fun. At least it stops certain people from abusing item duplication and have too many stacks of whatever they have in one instance. But it also stops other people that actually play the game and wanting to help out friends. If we have a friend that doesn't play as much nowadays and they need resources for like their high level traps or weapon schematic they got from a very long time, they don't have that ability anymore, and we pretty much have to farm at this point. So my take on disabling dropping items is it should have just been allowed on a certain point of the game in moderation of the parties. Like, maybe make an option for it whether you can see the drop or not, or just completely disable it in earlier levels. But to take that away completely from everyone is quite extreme in my opinion. It's the reason why I said it's collateral damage. The 25% of the community pulled the stupid hammer and bonked themselves for so long to grab Epic's attention to do this, and everyone is getting dragged by it. Well, I won't even blame them. And I know 25% is kind of a big number percentage for a community in Save the World, but if you're not aware, you have no idea the amount of people have been doing fishy stuff for so many years. As if you didn't bother wondering how they managed to get about 50 stacks of badly perked ceiling electric fields or broadsides laying on the floor of their storm shields. It's hilarious. So yeah, the only thing we can do about it is just suck it up and actually grind for your things and build up your schematics from the ground up. I know it's been like at least a month since it dropped for such updates like that. You need to think it's probably for something they're trying to come up with for such a long time, or it is for the best. I know some people out there were heavily against it, and if you're one of them, we can agree to disagree. That update was kind of overtoned. Like, result of it was half good, half bad, something like that. all that crap. Well, in the end, it is pretty much a game you can still play and enjoy making fun loadouts and builds for yourself. So yeah, sorry for the long yap video session. I'm sure some of you active Save the World players will say, this is more of a recap of what happened this year and you missed a few vital points of the game. Okay, well, I am quite sure I missed some things, so I just wanted to make a video and talk about it all from what I currently know. Like, all the things just popped out from my head. So, yeah. Anyways, I am glad to be back on making videos. For sure, I'll get to do a bunch more, and I hope you enjoy whatever is gonna pop up in my future videos. Save the World and others that I am thinking about covering in my channel. I'm gonna be a little rusty with my outro, but I honestly miss saying it. Feel free to use my creator code in the Fortnite item shop and anywhere in the Epic Game Store. And as always, take it easy, take care of yourself, and love yourself.